House of Representatives and all the 36 state houses of assembly. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Hello, it's a warm welcome to Sports Radio, reaching you live on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I'm Give George.
The African Continental Free Trade Area is for made in Africa products and services.
Stop reliance on imports to double intra-African trade by 2030. President Buhari urges African leaders as he markets Nigeria to the world. Nigeria to support genuine efforts at broadening economy through multilateral financing. President Buhari tells African Export-Import Bank.
We are happy that the Nigerian government is living up to expectations.
Plus, judicial independence. Vice President Oshibajo restates federal government's commitment just as Senate embarks on reform of Nigerian legal system.
We are part of the global marketplace for investments and legal services, the extent to which we can attract business to our country.
This is NTA Network News, reaching you live in Abuja. I'm Ian Ray. John Adeola Komiakere joins us from Lagos, and Ogochukwuka Ona is in Benin. Welcome. President Muhammadu Buhari says the inability of Africa to domesticate the production of most basic requirements and provide jobs to the teeming dynamic population is largely responsible for the challenges of security, economy, and corruption bedeviling the continent. He therefore challenged member states to put a stop to the reliance on imports by leveraging the African Continental Free Trade Area to double intra-African trade by 2030 through effective collaboration between public and private sectors. The president stated this in Durban, South Africa, at the opening of the second intra-African trade fair. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo brings us the details.
Organized by Afrexim Bank, African Union Commission, and the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat, the trade fair provides a valuable platform for linking international buyers, sellers, and investors to share market information and investment opportunities in support of intra-African trade as well as economic integration of the continent. With over 1.2 billion people, a combined GDP of about $2.5 trillion, and the biggest free trade area in the world, participants say Africa has all it takes to be a self-sustaining economic giant.
It is our expectation that this trade fair will further cement its position as Africa's premier trade platform, where African manufacturers and producers can promote and sell more goods labeled Made in Africa.
We have committed to disbursing $40 billion to support inter-African trade over the next 5 years, building on the $20 billion disbursed in the past 5 years.
President Muhammadu Buhari described the trade fair as a worthy initiative and significant for Africa, as it marks the beginning of a collaborative journey towards collective economic prosperity.
Let me assure you that Nigeria has come to Durban in full force to actively participate in this very important trade fair and take full advantage of all the opportunities it provides. We have streamlined the country's participation under one roof to enable you access all the information you need.
While looking forward to seeing more African products manufactured in Africa using African resources, the president says the continent must also be a marketplace where no country is left behind.
The African Continental Free Trade Area is for made in Africa products and services. As we implement, we must ensure that we create jobs and enhance revenues for all parties. We must leverage on one another's strengths to succeed. Our business people must key into existing regional value chains or build new ones, either to extend operations into the higher value segments of their industries or to satisfy the area's rules of origin requirements. The Intra-African Trade Fair is uniquely positioned to help in these areas.
In Nigeria, President Buhari explained that apart from the giant strides achieved in economic diversification, various fiscal, monetary, and trade policy measures have also been put in place towards supporting investments and investors in key sectors of the Nigerian economy.
We also introduced reforms, key institutions, as well as policies to fight corruption and ease the way of doing business in Nigeria. Nigeria is open for business.
Building bridges for a successful African continental free trade area is the theme of the trade show, being attended by over 1,100 exhibitors, 10,000 visitors and buyers, as well as 5,000 conference participants from across the African continent. During the 7-day event, trade and investment deals worth $40 billion are expected to be signed. From Durban, South Africa, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
And still in South Africa, President Muhammadu Buhari says Nigeria will continue to support genuine efforts at broadening the nation's economy through multilateral financing for enhanced socio-economic growth and development. This was when the President and Chairman, Board of Directors of the African Export-Import Bank, Dr. Oke Benedict Orama, paid him a courtesy visit in Durban on the sidelines of the second Intra-Africa Trade Fair in South Africa. Again, Adamu Sambo has the details.
The African Export-Import Bank is the initiator and major sponsor of the Intra-African Trade Fair now underway in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, a coastal South African province. The chairman, board of directors of the bank, Nigeria's Benedict Orama, accompanied by Secretary General of the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat, Wamkele Mene, is here to express formal appreciation to President Muhammadu Buhari for not only attending personally, but also ensuring Nigeria's strong presence at the fair.
For me, it demonstrates his understanding of the importance of trade. It demonstrates an understanding of how intra-African trade can help transform our economy. That is the African economy, and of course the Nigerian economy. Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa. Africa needs Nigeria just as Nigeria needs Africa. Is there anything that we do at the continental level that does not have Nigeria is seen globally as incomplete. That is why Nigeria's participation in this trade fair is very, very important. And we are happy that the Nigerian government is living up to expectations, to be seen, to be identified, to something that has immense benefits for the country as it supports also other African countries.
During the first edition of the trade fair in Cairo, Egypt, 3 years ago, Nigerian businesses signed deals worth over $3.3 billion. Dr. Orama is optimistic that much more is expected in Durban, South Africa, and Afreximbank is prepared to support in financing the execution of such deals in fulfillment of its mandate of enhancing regional integration as well as intra-African trade. Discussions also centered on some key Afreximbank projects in Nigeria, including the 500-bed African Medical Center of Excellence being implemented in Abuja.
The groundbreaking has been scheduled for December, and we wanted to thank His Excellency the President for granting the bank the land to build that project. We have standing today in Nigeria $5.5 billion in trade and project finance exposure. That makes it a key market for Afreximbank. So it was important that we continue to engage the government of Nigeria at the highest levels to understand the areas we can continue to intervene in, to be consistent with their own programs so that we are seen to be supporting their development aspirations.
Dr. Orama also mentioned the African Trade Center in Abuja as well as the African Quality Assurance Center in Ogun State as some of the projects being executed by the bank in Nigeria, and commended President Buhari for supporting Afreximbank in implementing its strategy across the African continent. From Durban, South Africa, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And from South Africa, we head to France, where major players in the Nigerian economy, drawn from the private sector, have extended a hand of friendship to their French counterparts in France to leverage on the International Partnership Forum and seek investment opportunities in the country. Anthony Forson reports.
Founder of Zenith Bank PLC, Jim Ovia, Abdul Samad Rabiu of Bua Group, and Wale Tinubu, in their capacities as businessmen with high profile, they made clear-cut points on the endowments in Nigeria that need to be tapped into from all sectors.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage all the business people here who are non-Nigerians. I already believe that Nigerians are fully well converted. I mean our French brothers and sisters to come to Nigeria or invest online.
Nigeria was sitting on, billions of tons of different mineral resources. If you look at limestone, the area that I'm producing cement, I have a cement plant in Nigeria, cement plants in Nigeria. Nigeria is sitting on over 45 billion tons of limestone. Today we are producing about 30 million tons of cement per annum, combined, all the companies that are in Nigeria.
There is a public sector and private sector partnership that actually works very well in Nigeria, in which the government creates an enabling environment to allow entrepreneurs to step in where there's opportunity and exploit those resources where there's opportunity.
To buttress the positions of these Nigerian business magnates, Dr. Sheikh Tiadini Gadio, President, Institute of Pan-African Strategies, said no other country can lead the way for Africa like Nigeria.
History has spoken. The facts have spoken. Nigeria is from now on the undisputed leader of the African continent. To acknowledge this new status of Nigeria does not bring only joy and pride to my Nigerian brothers and sisters. It brings first and foremost more responsibility and moral obligation on the shoulders of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The forum provided a platform for a robust engagement and fruitful business partnerships. In Paris, France, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Elsewhere, following Governor Babagana Umar Zulum's visit to Sudan, where he entered into partnership with Arab Bank for Economic Development and other organizations in Khartoum, a mission team has arrived in Maiduguri on a fact-finding mission expected to last for 5 days. Mohammed Goni reports that the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa has also donated $500,000 grant to the Borno State government for livestock artificial insemination across the 27 local government areas of the state.
The visit to Borno by the mission was to interface with the state authorities and the stakeholders, including farmers and those in IDP's camp on how to attain the objectives set out. Head of Borno delegation, Dr. Bukar Tijani, that of Sudanese mission team, Osman El Fal, and other delegates at the maiden meeting expressed optimism that the visit would yield the desired result beneficial to both sides.
Looking at the medium term is to see what is happening, what can we share on a South-South cooperation between Nigeria and Sudan.
The mission will be focusing on designing an integration that will really address the needs of the populations.
The state delegation and Sudanese mission visited Garanam Grazing Reserve, one of the three built in the state with the support of the federal government, built to commence with 100 households of herders. The entourage was also at the proposed site for wheat and gum Arabic cultivation located along Dikwa Road, where issues such as variety management, plant density, and tapping periods were discussed as part of effort to rejuvenate gum Arabic production in Borno. Other facilities and sites visited by the Sudanese mission team include Farm Center Workshop, where they inspected different farm machineries, and Mohammed Lawan College of Agric. The mission also visited Poultry Production Unit Hatchery, Fish Pond under the Ministry of Fisheries Development, as well as New Maiduguri International Fish Market under construction, and Bokoiri and Jetito Village in Magumeri local government to visit gum Arabic plantation site. Town hall meeting was also held between the Sudan mission and the critical stakeholders in the production, processing, and marketing of gum Arabic, livestock, dairy farm, and wheat in Borno State. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
Time for a first break. Please stay.
Christmas cloth again. Christmas no be one day with this and this and this every day na Christmas with Glow Berekete plus and I feel dey flex my sweet movies anytime.
Glow Berekete Plus is here, and every day is now Christmas. Existing Glow customers will get 400% bonus on every recharge and 100 MB data bonus on first recharge of the month. New Glow customers will get 1,000 Naira welcome bonus. To activate, buy a new Glow SIM today or dial *777# for existing Glow customers.
Every day now Christmas with the Glow Berekete Plus.
What if you stumble into an opportunity at your own convenience? What if you stumble into a friendly stranger and all you had to do is wave? What if you unlock the opportunity of a lifetime with this new acquaintance in a branded shirt? What if all you have to do is your favorite things in your favorite places? Shopping at the mall, having a weekend getaway, or going to the movies. Your future is right outside your door. We are closer than you think.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
Now
sharing brings with the Airtel Family Plan. Get bonus talk time, SMS and data for each family member you share with. Dial *141# now.
Now everybody know
Airtel, the smartphone network.
You don't wait for life. You go to meet life. It's not about how many chances you get. It's what you do with what you've got. Cup after cup. Morning after morning. Start strong. Finish strong. It all starts with a Nescafe.
The House Committee on Information, National Orientation, Ethics and Values, in conjunction with Ent Design Resources Hub Limited, is organizing a 3-day national conference on information for all state governments of the Federation, state houses of assembly, and relevant private sector, with a theme, Information as a Tool for National Development. Date 17th to 19th November 2021. Time 10 a.m. daily. Venue NAF Conference Center, Kado, Abuja. Announcer Honorable Odebumi Olusegun Dokun, Chairman House Committee on Information, National Orientation, Ethics and Values.
Thank you for staying. The federal government says it will continue to partner the National Judicial Council towards ensuring that the judiciary is financially independent and effectively and sustainably retains a preeminent position. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said this while declaring open the 2021 All Nigeria Judges Biennial Conference holding in Abuja. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
It's time once again to stand up for the nation's judiciary to reflect on its activities and challenges as a crucial arm of government. And this is happening at the 2021 All Nigerian Judges Conference with the theme Promoting Judicial Excellence in the Administration of Justice.
Judiciary as an arbiter has an important role to play by ensuring speedy resolution of dispute. As we all know, speedy resolution of justice, in particularly financial and commercial disputes, remain an economic development catalyst.
Taking an in-depth look at the role of the judges and assessing their performance so far, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, says in spite of the challenges hampering the justice system in Nigeria, the judges have done well.
Financial independence is not just desirable, but it is crucial, vital, imperative, and constitutional.
The performance of the judiciary is, however, not without the cooperation of the federal government, as testified to by Chief Justice Muhammad, who also called on state governors to emulate the federal government by supporting an independent judiciary.
These innovative approaches have
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, while delivering the president's message to the conference, says this cooperation will continue towards the advancement of justice system in the country.
We are part of the global marketplace for investments and legal services. The extent to which we can attract business to our country depends in part upon investor perception of the quality of our justice delivery system. If we are seen as inefficient and ineffective, we would lose out to more efficient systems.
President Muhammadu Buhari appreciates the proactive stance being taken by the leadership of the judiciary in tackling some of the recent issues that emerged, especially in the area of conflicting court orders by courts of coordinate jurisdiction and the disposition in revolutionizing the process of selection and appointment of judges.
From the National Judicial Institute, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
Staying with the judiciary, Senate has begun the legislative process of reforming the Nigerian legal system through the amendment of the 3 extant laws. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwo covered the public hearing on the amendment bills seeking to expand the statutory obligations of body of benches and to increase the number of law school campuses in Nigeria. Ignatius Nkwo reports.
More than a decade after the enactment of the Legal Education Act, the law is back to the National Assembly for amendment. The bill at this public hearing, convened by the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, seeks to establish additional 6 law campuses in Nigeria, 1 in each of the 6 geopolitical zones. The bill, sponsored by Senator Smart Adeyemi, received divergent opinions.
We are approaching this event with a great zeal, in line with the Senate's desire to contribute its quota to meeting the yearnings and aspirations of the people.
Our responsibility as lawmakers is to provide the avenue, enable environment.
If you're also going to have a multi-campus system, we must also tax the state government in each of the geopolitical zones.
There is nothing wrong if this committee can consider in its deliberation the creation of an additional campus in Sokoto.
The Nigerian Bar Association and Council of Legal Education explained that instead of establishing new campuses, the existing ones should be adequately funded to be more productive.
If there is any need to establish a law school, it must be on need, not because of political consideration. We urge your committee to look into the 2022 Appropriation Act and provide adequate funding for the Council of Legal Education to maintain and upgrade the facilities in the already existing campuses.
We have the capacity to admit up to 10,000 students. All you need to is to strengthen, build more hostels.
The Legal Practitioners Act Repeal and Reenactment Bill, sponsored by Senator Michael Bamidele, and the Legal Aid Council Act Amendment Bill by Senator Emmanuel Oke-Jeff, were also subjected to public opinion.
The body of benchers, the Nigerian Bar Association, has spent over a year or more working on this bill.
Is to include the Sharia Court of Appeal and the Sharia Court, the customary court of appeal and the customary court in Nigeria.
There are provisions of the Legal Aid Council Act that enables Legal Aid Council lawyers to go to those courts.
Propose to the committee in such a way, a manner that was specified how the legal aid access to justice fund can be inaugurated.
The Legal Aid Council Act Amendment Bill is expected to expand legal assistance to indigent Nigerians. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
And away from the National Assembly, the National Festival of Arts and Culture, NAFEST, is gradually becoming not just a platform for fostering unity, showcasing Nigeria's rich cultural heritage, but transforming to an avenue to empower Nigerians in several skills. The 34th edition, holding in Ekiti State, is expected to bring in more creative innovations. Oinaya Kaluoka tells us more about this fiesta.
The first National Festival of Arts and Culture, NAFEST, was held in Lagos in 1970. It is an event aimed at fostering unity after the Civil War. Since inception, NAFEST has been held 33 times in different states across the country. Bringing hundreds of participants, NAFEST has remained steadfast to its founding objective of unifying the various ethnic groups and entities in the country.
Nigeria is a country that has more than 200 ethnic groups, and all these ethnic groups have their own different cultures. So you see, if we can have an intermarriage of these cultures and display them to the outside community, this is something that would have sustained the economy.
Our very essence is embedded in our culture, and the arts and crafts that we use to showcase that culture is something that we must always promote.
Beyond fostering unity, NAFEST has been an instrument used in addressing the country's socio-economic challenges.
Waste to wealth. We will recycle mostly things that have expired to become a new, beautiful thing. And then we'll train people.
This 34th edition, holding in Ekiti State, is repackaged to promote self-reliance through job creation with the use of arts and crafts.
Ekiti State government is leveraging on that rich tradition to mainstream arts and crafts industry in Ekiti and let it drive the economy of the states.
Not more than 4,000 contingents across the country are expected to participate in this year's event. Oyina Kalu Oka, NTA News.
Meanwhile, events for the 34th National Festival of Arts and Culture, NAFEST, began in earnest in Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State Capital. Hamisu Rogo reports that it is an exciting beginning, reflecting of the power of Nigerian diversity and how culture continues to serve as bond of unity, progress and livelihood.
NAFEST in Ekiti is a beautiful story. The people of Ado-Ekiti are hill dwellers, but you can say probably in those their hills is concealed vast expression of culture in various diversities. And they have been showing it here since the NAFEST began in Ekiti State. Now it's beautiful, but then it has been reinforced by the totality of the participation of this NAFEST. What we are seeing is not only an explosion of dance, music, drama, but we are also seeing that how much culture is bonding the country together. It is a beautiful picture. We have been speaking to a number of people on their experiences on this. NAFEST again.
Yeah, NAFEST again.
What picture are you having now?
Oh, the picture is that of unity, celebrating Nigeria in diversity is a good thing.
Well, I am having a beautiful side with my friend. We have been to every NAFEST with her. Well, madam.
Yes.
Obviously, good to see you again here.
Honestly, I've not seen you for a long time. Happy to see you in NAFEST 2021, taking place now in Ekiti State.
So what have you seen?
I am just enjoying myself. Ekiti is beautiful. The NAFEST is fantastic.
It's a statement of fact that this country, what unites us is bigger than what divides us. What we've seen here today is a statement of fact that this country, people run negative story for no reason.
Well, one of the virtues NAFEST assume in festivals like this is the integration of youth and children into the mainstream of cultural expression in Nigeria. You can see the youth today. You may think that in Nigeria all of us are under attack by our youth. No, it is an expression of the cultural prowess of our youth and children, that if we train them well, they are going to make us proud in the later days. And that is probably the message in that. But generally, I think NAFEST is having a beginning that is beautiful and wonderful. And that if it continues like this, we are not going to only have an expression of unity in diversity, we are also having a reinforcement of the power of Nigerian culture to make us proud anywhere and anywhere.
Beautiful pictures coming from Ekiti there. I have joining me now Otumba Ronshowe, is the DG of the National Council for Arts and Culture. Welcome to the Network News.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be with you.
All right. Now, the 34th edition of NAFEST just opened in Ado-Ekiti. How is it going and how many states are participating?
Well, thank you very much. It's very interesting to know that over 25 states in the Federal Republic of Nigeria are right now in Ekiti. That's to tell us that this country, what unites us, is bigger than what divides us. There's no issue of Boko Haram, no iPod, no NSAIDs, no negativity. It's about the unity of our great country and bringing everyone on one melting point to speak for the unity and the peaceful coexistence of our great country. Ekiti is a peaceful place. I'm happy today that over 25 countries are here in Ekiti to see for themselves that some of the things they read, some of the things they hear, it's not correct.
It's not correct. All right. Now, talking about the National Festival for Arts and Culture, NAFEST, which was originally established to foster unity in Nigeria, how far would you say this has been achieved, taking into consideration what is happening in some parts of the country, like you already mentioned?
Yeah, thank you very much. Since 1970, after the Civil War, that we said we should identify two products or two brands that can unite us together as a people, which was sports and culture. From 1970 till date, you can see that all the other states that will have tell you that Nigeria is not safe, they can't travel, they can't do this. I drove from Abuja to Ado-Ekiti, a lovely country. Everything is working out well. So for me, this is a reoccurring point for us to reawaken our consciousness that nothing can divide this country.
All right,
We'll continue to
Otumba,
together.
yes, I agree with you. Everything is working well. Now, what are the innovations that have been introduced to take NAFES to the level of not just entertainment, so to say, but where it can generate revenue and empower Nigerians?
I can tell you today that all the hotels in Ado-Ekiti is fully booked. I'm so happy. I'm happy that NAFES is empowering the people. We are giving out free skill acquisition program, training people, capacity building, creativity at its best. So the ordinary man on the street of Ado-Ekiti can feel the impact of being in Nigeria. And I can give you one quick example. A gentleman came in from Zamfara. For the first time in the history of his life, he's taking pounded yam as early as 7 a.m. in the morning. That's to tell you that every part of this country have its own culture.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Of course, looking forward to seeing more beautiful pictures coming out from Ekiti as NAFES continues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have all the best. Yes.
All right, away from NAFES now, Nigeria's oil revenue is projected to rise in 2022 as Total Energy's joint venture project, Ikike Development Field, adds 320,000 barrels to the nation's daily production. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Total Energies, Mike Sangster, disclosed this at the Ikike Development Topside Sail-Away ceremony in Port Harcourt. Kingsley Amajiri brings us details.
Ikike project was discovered in 1977 by NNPC, and in 2014, Total Energies decided to optimize the development of the scheme. The project is coming on the heels of the Egina project, a commitment of Total Energies to Nigeria's oil and gas sector growth. The approximately 600 metric tons Ikike development topside was fabricated in Nigeria by Saipem for Total Energies, utilizing local content.
Government is anticipating an increase in oil production, which is what government is yearning for, so as to meet up with our OPEC production obligation. 30,000 barrels per day from Ikike is a great achievement and contribution to this.
They have been the only upstream company, Total Energies, that have taken final investment decisions on major projects in the last 10 years.
60% of the joint venture project is owned by NNPC, with Total contributing 40%.
We want to develop, these Ikike reservoirs as a tie-back to an existing facility, to the Aminam facility, with a production of over 30,000 barrels per day when it starts up. 5 wells, including some water injectors. It's important for us as well that we capitalise on some of the lessons that we've learned in our previous projects, the OFOAM Phase 2 project, and also the OML 58 project.
Total Energies E&P Nigerian Limited said through this project, it has created over 3,000 jobs with zero lost time injury. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
To other news now, all is set for the second Igbo Nsukka Annual Merit Award in honor of Dr. Benjamin Nnamdi Azikiwe, the Owerri of Onitsha. With the theme, Preserving Zik's Legacies for National Unity, the event is scheduled for tomorrow morning at the Yaradua Center. Is expected to be attended by Vice President Professor Yemi Oshibajo, former Vice President Goodluck Jonathan, and Esunope Alhaji Yahaya Abubakar. It's time now to take a trip to Lagos, where Adiola will guide us. Adiola, your turn.
Thank you, Yenre. More than 600 billion naira bridging facility has been earmarked by the federal government as COVID-19 bailout for states to cushion the effects of the pandemic in the next 6 months. Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning Zainab Ahmed made this known at the National Council on Finance and Economic Development in Lagos. Musa Toliat has details.
Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning Zainab Shamsuna Ahmed said the bailout facility is one of the several initiatives aimed at ensuring financial stability and viability of states in post-COVID-19 era. She stressed that the federal government will continue to work with states to ensure all-round development of the country.
Our recovery rate from the pandemic has been substantially good and quite encouraging. To this end, the federal government recently concluded arrangements with the World Bank to further make available another sum of $750 million as additional financing for the states under the SAFETAS program.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who declared the two-day conference opened, urged participants to come up with creative and innovative ideas that would help states curb needless spending and plug loopholes in revenue generation.
We must invest in building the human capacity required to adapt seamlessly to the social, legal, technological, and policy demand of our new normal. And very importantly, every opportunity to reduce non-essential spending must equally be seized with both hands.
Governors of Ekiti, Kaduna, and Borno states are expected to chair plenary sessions to buttress the various paper presentations, which include focus on role of effective public sector planning. The two-day NACOFED 2021 conference provides a platform for financial managers in public and private sectors to brainstorm on current economic challenges caused by COVID-19 pandemic. It has the theme, Public Sector Finance Management in the New Normal. In Lagos, Musa Tolia, NTA News.
The federal government has created various skills development platforms to encourage and promote employment for unemployed Nigerians with a view to discouraging illegal migration. Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, said government is collaborating with other relevant foreign and domestic partners to develop job centers for skills acquisition in the country. Abolade Salami reports.
As a government committed to youth development in the area of empowerment and skill acquisition, the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment in 2017 reached an agreement with the German Development Corporation to establish the Nigerian-German Center for Jobs, Migration and Reintegration. Created with the sole aim of promoting employment, enhance development potential of international labour migration, and provide support for the reintegration of migrants. The federal government is committed to sustaining the project in line with promoting safe and regular migration in order to deter irregular migrants into the country.
So we are trying to regularize migration and discourage illegal migration. We also want to discourage remigration. So what are we doing? We are doing some incentive trainings here for them through our NDE, having the requisite skill for which they can use and work and earn a good living in the country of migration.
The German Development Corporation agreement with the Ministry of Labour and Employment was signed on the disposition of the government to youth empowerment.
Pleased to be able to announce here that Germany is planning to advance its activities in Lagos next year with an additional amount of 2.9 million euros for an extended regional outreach and new corporations for startups and in the fashion industry.
The program has implemented almost 140 reintegration support measures, and 12,300 Nigerians have found employment, out of which 500 are returnees from Germany.
As the giant of Africa with our growing population, the need for an expansion in the Migration Resource Center across the 6th geopolitical zone was recommended. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
It's time for us to pay some more bills. The news will continue thereafter. Please stay with us.
People, how will they be for body? Make you sit down, they look bulldozer. Make them come scatter, demolish that your fine house. I been a estate, I been a plaza safe. Where be say he no get paper. Chai, it dey pain for body. Now so the FCT administration safe they feel am. See, no government go there happy making people belle they spoil say consider they scatter, demolish them property. You want buy land? Make you no buy land from indigent them. I been a local chief them. I be any person wey be say no be government. Because if you do am so, kasala fit post for the matter and your money fit loss. Now only minister of FCT they give land for Abuja. if you know say you want buy land, make you go Abuja Geographic Information System, where all of us know as ages, make you go collect form. Kuma, make you go FCDA Mass Housing Department to make sure say any property where you want buy inside housing estate for inside this Abuja get correct paper. Make you know for more. Do the correct thing. Now the Federal Capital Territory Administration, they knock us this story.
I realized very young that I was different. My parents tried to enroll me in school.
And the headmaster said, I don't want a child that will come and scare away other children. Madam, take your child home. I wept like I had never wept that day. NTN came in at a point when I was at my lowest. I got a call.
And it turned the story around.
They had found a hospital in South Africa. They had found a doctor. Till date, Great has undergone 17 surgeries. And MTN has not turned their back on Great since then.
Now that I'm graduating, I feel very excited. I'm ready for the challenges life has to push towards me.
You call someone great, and then you expect that he has to go through something so that that name will be real.
I'm bold, I'm confident, you can also do it.
No problem, Ma. We will deliver the fabrics by tomorrow.
Mommy, have you seen my other shoes?
Check under your bed.
Ah, thank you, Mommy.
As a business owner and a mom, sometimes I feel like I've got 1,000,001 things to do.
Mommy, what another word for Pa?
Strength.
Thank you, Mommy.
The new Tasty Tom Jollof Noodles makes cooking one less thing to worry about. Tasty and delicious jollof noodles just the way I like it.
Something smells delicious. Do I smell jollof? Ah, noodles! But I thought I smelled jollof.
This is not just any type of noodles. This is the new Tasty Tom Jollof Noodles.
The color is just like jollof. And the jollof tastes delicious.
Mommy, more, please.
Relax.
New Tasty Tom Jollof Noodles. Delicious noodles the jollof way.
Enjoy the reward that sharing brings with the Airtel Family Plan. Get bonus talk time, SMS, and data for each family member you share with. Dial *141# now.
Now everybody knows
Airtel, the smartphone network. Give your kids winning energy. Milo Active Go. With the goodness of malts, milk, and cocoa, helps them make the most of every day. Milo, the energy to go further.
There's a saying that Christmas is what you make of it. At Bedmates Furniture, we enjoy making your Christmas comfortable and exciting with the furniture we provide you. That's why from 1st November to 18 December 2021, Bedmates offers you and your loved ones amazing luxury furniture your home loves and truly needs at up to 70% discount. You also stand a chance to win fridges, TVs, washing machines, and many more as we keep making your living better through the furniture you love.
It's the network news on NTA. Benin is our next stop, and Ogochukuka is ready to bring us up to speed.
Thank you, Ian. The Nigeria Girl Guides Association is partnering with the United Nations and Swedish International Development Agency to step up advocacy to ensure that young women from 18 years and above are registered with INEC. The exercise, flagged off in Benin, targets young Nigerian women and girls to enroll in INEC continuous voter registration exercise and participates actively in the 2023 general elections. Agatha Egware-Ojo reports.
Female participation in politics in Nigeria has been a subject of national discourse, and over time there has been a reawakening for active political participation of not only women but youths, especially young girls. To get women involved, the Girl Guides and its partners kicked off INEC's online continuous voter registration. This gathering in the Oredo Local Government Secretariat is to walk the talk.
That is our time, and we must make the best use of it.
Get them to be registered. As they register and they get their PVC, when it is time for election, they should vote.
Women, please send your daughters out for this online registration.
The women believe that it is possible to drive the process of change.
No, I'm not a member. I was given a flyer.
Let us come out to come and speak, if not for yourself, for fellow women like you. A woman knows how to take care of her home, her family, and a person who knows how to do that can manage any business.
The Girl Guides is 102 years old, with a membership strength of 118,642 and over 100,000 committed volunteers across the nation. It hopes this exercise, like its other programs, will reach the nooks and crannies of Nigeria. In Benin, Agatha Egware-Ojo, NTA News.
And the last lap of the news will be coming from Abuja after the break. Please stay tuned.
Amended Electoral Act 2021, plus other incidentals to electoral matters in Nigeria. That is our focus on NTA Tuesday Live this week. Tuesday Live, every week on Tuesdays at 10:30 p.m. It promises to be incisive and educative. Don't miss it.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
You're always running around. Keeping up with you needs a comforting touch from Huggies with the right stretch for how much you move. Huggies pants comfortably fit baby's tummy. Their 360-degree comfort fit waistband makes them easy to open and pull off and on, so baby can keep on exploring and you keep doing great, Mom. Huggies, recommended by 9 out of 10 mothers for comfort.
How to make a perfect bowl of love? A perfect blend of taste that brings every ingredient to life. The fusion of different spices. The unique aroma that rejuvenates your senses. The heartwarming deliciousness. And the satisfaction that comes from every bite, which makes you say, I love my Indomie.
At the first sign of pain, you need a solution that you can trust. Try Panadol Caplets. With Panadol's Optizol formula, the tablet absorbs quickly and starts providing fast and effective pain relief you can trust. Try Panadol Caplets.
There is a saying that Christmas is what you make of it. At Bedmade Furniture, we enjoy making your Christmas comfortable and exciting with the furniture we provide you. That's why from 1st November to 18 December 2021, Bedmade offers you and your loved ones amazing luxury furniture your home loves and truly needs at up to 70% discount. You also stand a chance to win fridges, TVs, washing machines, and many more as we keep making your living better through the furniture you love.
Give your kids winning energy. Milo Active Go. With the goodness of malts, milk, and cocoa, helps them make the most of every day. Milo, the energy to go further.
The Budweiser Game of Kings is finally here. Watch the battles to beat all battles live. La Liga's Roberto Carlos and Premier League's John Terry will be going head-to-head while playing alongside our very own MPFL players. So come join us on NTA Network and Budweiser's social media network on Saturday, November 20th at exactly 12 p.m.
Niger, it's on. Game of Kings is brought to you by Budweiser, the official sponsors of the EPL and La Liga.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria must overcome Blue Sharks of Cape Verde on the road to Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup. Will they be successful? At the testing below the stadium, it's Nigeria versus Cape Verde in the African World Cup qualifier, showing on the network service of the NTA and Wazobia TV. With live radio broadcasts on Cool FM, Wazobia FM and Nigeria Info. You can also join us online at sporty.com and MPFL TV. The FIFA World Cup qualifiers are proudly brought to you by Bet Niger and supported by MTN, Coca-Cola and Dettol, proud sponsors of the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Welcome back. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has issued a 3-week ultimatum to the federal government over failure to fulfill lingering demands. ASU National President Professor Emmanuel Osodeke announced the ultimatum on Monday at the University of Abuja. He cited the failure of the federal government to attend to the needs of the union as signed in a memorandum of understanding with the unions last year as reason for the strike notice. Vice President Dangote Group of Companies Alhaji Sani Dangote is dead. Alhaji Sani died at a hospital in Miami, USA, after a protracted illness Sunday evening. Aged 60, he left behind one wife, 9 children. Funeral arrangements will be he will be buried on Tuesday in Kano. President Muhammadu Buhari commiserates with the founder and chairman of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, over the demise of his younger brother and vice president of Dangote Group, Sani Dangote, on Sunday. President Buhari joins the family in mourning the industrial son who, over the years, played a key role in the success of the family's business, dedicating his time to fairness and optimum result in all endeavors. Reputed for his gentleness, loyalty, and generosity, the president urges approximation of his wonderful deeds on earth, praying that the Almighty God will grant him eternal rest. The federal government has demanded for full autopsy on the sudden and mysterious death of Itunu Babalola, a Nigerian sentenced to 20 years imprisonment in Côte d'Ivoire for alleged human trafficking. This was contained in a statement signed by the chairman, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Abike Dabiru Erewa, describing the death of Itunu as a tragic blow at a time the Nigerian mission in Côte d'Ivoire had paid and engaged the services of a lawyer to handle Itunu's appeal case. And that concludes Network News Tonight. Many thanks for watching. Please remember that rape is a crime. Do your part to put an end to rape and rapists. I'm Ian Ray John. Good night.